What's good, y'all? Welcome back to day 6 of me trying to pass my Apex funded account. This is account number 2 for those who don't know. And just a little recap of the series. I started last week with a 50K Apex funded account. I lost consistently. I just lost. Pretty much got all the way down to drawdown. I only had $24 left, and then the Friday I decided to just full port it and buy another account, and full ported both of them pretty much. So on the second one, I didn't try to pass the account. I just wanted to practice the strategy by also full porting it, because it was only $34, and my thought process was, if I lose both of these, I'm only out $68. I can buy another one. All other prop firms evals are like $100. So I figured, why not? Started a different strategy. I changed my strategy up. If you're wondering what strategy I was using before, I was just using break and retest. I would just mark out London high and low pretty much, and then I would just try to take a trade based off how price reacted from those zones. So if it broke, I would wait for a retest. If it was inside a zone, I would sometimes try for a zone-to-zone trade, because that happens often with NQ. If there was a pullback to one zone and started to head towards another zone, then I would take that trade. And I would just go for 2-to-1 usually. And like I said, if I took all those trades properly, I would have passed the account already, but I didn't. So I switched up my strategy to a scalping strategy, which is a lot more straightforward for me. Although I basically combine both the two strategies, that's what seemingly helps out a lot for me. So that's just a little recap. Today I got close to passing my account. We only need about $320 or so left. I almost passed it in this trade on accident. I didn't set a take profit or a stop loss. I kind of just was eyeballing it, and I was going to set it after I got into the trade, but I seen price going up, so I got in, and price just shot up out of nowhere. So I was up like $100, and then there was a glitch, and then I was up like $785, and then I was trying to get out like immediately before it pulled back. I took 3 trades today. I took 1 on MNQ, and I took 2 on NQ. So for the trade I took on MNQ, I pretty much took an impulse buy on New York Open. That's all I did. I just put 4 micro contracts, impulse, US Open buy, and based off what price was doing, I figured it would at least go to one of the previous consolidation zones. I just marked out that line. I marked out those other lines of where price was consolidating, and I figured that's kind of where price would probably head most likely. So that's kind of what I did. So I just got in the trade. Price went up, got close to the zone. I got out. I was up about $100 or so, and then I got in a different trade. I was still going for buys, so I entered into a buy, and price technically did hit a 1-to-1 based off the setup I should have taken. I just didn't pull it early enough, and I was thinking maybe it would go 2-to-1. It didn't. It just reversed. So I got out. Lost $60 from that trade. So on a day, I was up like $19, $20 before taking my main trade for today. And this setup has been happening on NQ for the past month almost. Like today, it just, goodness gracious, today it just pushed a lot more than I thought it would, honestly. I mean, I figured it kind of would happen because price took a huge dump like Sunday. So I figured price would eventually go back up, because when it took that dump, it landed in consolidation zone. So, but long story short, yeah, off that trade I made $785. So right now, like I said, the account is at around $52.90 or so. So if you can see, I'm up $736 for today. And my account balance is at $52,690. So it's about $310 left before we pass the account. Yeah, so let me just go ahead and show y'all what made me take this trade. Going to the 15 so you can see what I was looking at. And marked out London high and low. I also marked out this point of consolidation right here, because price hit this line a few times. I also marked out this one because this is price right before it took this huge dump right here. So this is the 1 minute chart. This is what I was seeing. I took an impulse buy on this candle, 929 candle, mainly because price was already pushing up. And like I said, I figured it would hit this first zone just off of New York Open. So I just went ahead and got in. And like I said, I was up 100 and so because I was on micros and I just got out. The trade I lost on was this trade right here. I got my 2 flat bottom candles, got my doji candle right here. I entered. And usually you would set your stop loss for the bottom of this candle and your take profit for a 1-to-1. So it would have been like right here-ish. And it would have hit a 1-to-1. I kind of just was hoping it would do this. So I was holding it for a 2-to-1 and it didn't. So it kind of just reversed and I just got out pretty quick. But yes, this is the trade I took. This was a 2-to-1 trade, honestly. And I just took 1 contract on NQ. So what I seen was price was pushing down. And technically, like I said, in the scalping strategy, you would wait for 2 flat bottom candles and a doji candle. That's usually the opposite color. So if this was the green doji candle, this would be a perfect entry and you would just enter. I seen how price just was reacting from this zone. And I wanted to enter like right here. And I was hesitating. And then price shot up all the way up here. I got in around here. I trusted my strategy. I was patient enough to wait on the right setup. Made big money. So I would say the theme for today is definitely patience. I went from losing all last week except Friday. I won Friday. I lost all last week. And I was really debating on what to do because it seems like I was slightly just missing every trade. And I just kept picking the wrong ones. And it's not like I didn't know what I was doing. I just wasn't patient enough to wait on it. So when I thought I seen it, I just entered and I kept losing. And then I revenge traded and lost a lot, and here we are. For my main trade for today, I waited to the proper setup and I took it. However, if I was even more patient and I trusted myself even more and trusted my analysis, I definitely would have passed the account today. And that just goes to show that not all trades will be the same. Not all trades are equal. Price doesn't always move how you expect it. You won't always hit a 1-to-1. You won't always hit a 2-to-1. Sometimes price might give you a 5-to-1. It happens sometimes. And it's all just based on how price moves. And today it would have been one of them days I probably could have hit a 5-to-1. You usually don't get those days often. You'll have a lot of days where you can hit a 1-to-1 pretty easily, especially with this strategy. 2-to-1, some days you might have it, some days you might not. Today was one of those days I did have it. That is good. Huge turnaround from last week. In 2 days, we've nearly passed the account, which is outrageous to me. Like I said, God is so good because this was a process for sure. But like I said, I keep sticking with this strategy. If you're watching, I appreciate you for watching. Tune in for day 7. And hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to pass the account. But taking it one day at a time, being patient, knowing that you'll never win every day. Some days you're going to lose. And the way to get a payout is patience and resilience. Don't trade off emotion. Stick to your rules, stick to the strategy, be patient. You'll be fine. God willing, like I said, we'll be passing this account tomorrow. But if not, like I said, we're taking it slow. Appreciate y'all for watching. Tune in for day 7 tomorrow. And I'll catch you on the next one.